Thank you very much who is watching us live on Creative Digital Media. We are coming to you live from Mbarara University of Science and Technology. This one here is another edition of the search for the top seat within the guild at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Just like we've always done in the previous years, we promise and we ought to deliver. This one here is going to be a very, very special one because we have only two candidates. I've not seen that in the last I don't know how many years at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and that means this is actually a very, very highly contested one, and we believe the best is actually going to be able to come through that. What brings us here this very morning, just like you could be able to read down on the screen, this here today is the nominations day. We are talking about guild presidential nominations. We get by the end of the day, we get to know who officially is actually allowed to contest. We could have one of them, been campaigning, and you come here, you're not a student of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and kawaka with them. But so by the end of the day, sorry about that, we get to know who actually is officially a guild presidential candidate within the 2025 race. Now, we could be able to see a number of shifts within the race itself, just like we could always have seen previously. And this one here is going to be another special one. Like I told you, it's ideally NUP versus NRM. And this has not happened, at least in the past, where you have only two candidates over and over. So we have, I have a number of people joining me this morning to be able to dissect, a few, kind of dig deep into insights of the 2025 race. We could be able to, talk about a number of things. And in case you are following us live, you have to kind of feel free to drop any comment, any question or something like that. We should be able to get to have your opinion also come through. But also, in case candidates come through for nominations, we'll be able to talk to some of them, talk to some supporters and what they're able to expect. But what is in for you this one? And of course, to remind you that Creative Digital Media will be able to do some exclusive coverage for this very, very race, at least this very year. Why don't you allow me dive into a short break, just like this, in a blink of an eye. We'll be able to come with who I have on the set this morning, and we started just like that. Just to be sure that you're already joining us live, so that we could be able to kind of get there. I have a very, very interesting panel there that you do not have to miss in a way, you who is watching us live. Okay, we call it a short break right now, and when we come, we dive into the discussion this morning. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are still watching us live on Creative Digital Media. I could see there are a number of you that already joined in, and just like that, we could be able to dive into our discussion. Two candidates to be actually nominated into the 2025 Guild Presidential Race at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And joining me, Tara, we come to you live from Mbarara University of Science and Technology once again. And the panel that we promised to be able to bring around is actually all here. We're starting with you, Doctor. We will have an opportunity, each one of us, to greet the viewer, but also use that opportunity to tell us about, your little background. I could be able to have, very, very small shoes to be able to introduce each one of us, and we would prefer it coming from you live. But you is watching us live in a special one. Join me to welcome former Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, Dr. Turidje Brian. This one here, we went into contestation together back in the days, and I didn't lose terribly, really. He failed me. We were really close like this, and but God decided that I will take over another seat, not particularly that one. So he won and became a Guild President of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and today he is in the Faculty of Medicine. We are so glad to have you here, Doctor. You could say hi to the viewer and add a little bit of, I have seen you on planes, a number of them globally. If you don't mind, you could drop a line, something like that. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sankara, for the kind introductions. Like you've already mentioned, I was privileged to serve as a Guild President 2017-18, and I have since then been involved with the university, both into teaching and clinical practice in the hospital. And I am also here as a student because I think I should be able to vote, because I am currently a PhD student here in the Department of Community Health, but also at the University of Ghent in Belgium. So I'm so happy to be back, to be involved in the process that once shaped my experience as a student, a very, very unforgettable experience, and reminiscing such moments is something that makes me happy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And joining us also this very morning is the popular Simba, Maleka Emmanuel. He was one of the Guild contestants at least a little while ago, and just like me, we could not make it to the office, but at least he's been so active within the Guild, within the student, the mass community, particularly to be in particular, I think, initiated the Mass Innovation Hub that has at least a little bit kind of brought together innovators within Mbarara University of Science and Technology, a number of leadership roles with AYLF. Why would I say more, yet we have you here? Say hi to the viewer and tell us a little bit about you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Wanda Sankara. I appreciate being hosted on this platform.
Yes.
To give insights into the 2025 first Guild presidential elections. And my name is Emmanuel Maleka Simba, as I already introduced. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you for hosting us. Yeah, although you've given a humble introduction of me, however, whatever you said is right.
Okay.
We put up a fight that we carried on until the end, and that's what determines winners, making it to the end.
Okay.
Most people don't know that Guild elections are a marathon. Most people mistake it for a race. It's a marathon where different people get off along the way, but what matters is reaching the end, seeing the light of day. Yeah, so, currently I serve as the head of health department at the African Young Leaders Foundation, based in Accra, Ghana. Yeah, and I should also say that I am eligible to vote because I'm a postgraduate student. Yeah, so we have a say in this election as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also a former student of MAST, so maybe you can come an alumnus of this institution of higher learning. And we shall get to know more about ourselves as we move on. Thank you very much.
had him, opening doors to post-grad students, coming to the rest of the guild. He was, I don't remember, I don't remember in the past having someone from the post-grad, coming back to contest within this. I think, yeah, he opened doors to that. Yeah, and it's not, done by every other person, yes. Thank you very much. Yes, let's hear from the current guild minister in charge of gender and guidance. Quite vocal there. I've seen her in a number of campaigns here and there, and we were actually sorry about that. Yeah, so we were actually very, very privileged to have her come through and give some few insights into this very, very race as someone serving in the current government. Yes, please go for it.
Thank you so much. Again, comrades, my name is Kovmas Baranita, the Minister of Gender and Guidance, 36th Guild, and I also serve as the Guild representative, Bachelor of Business Administration, and it's really an honor to be here, to be part of the panel as we discuss on our next guild. So the guild has really been a nice one, that's what I can say, and we are really hoping for the next guild president to also do to their best. What I can say is that I can leave a quote, a leadership quote, which says that a leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and who shows the way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very, very much. And just like that, to make sure that we are sure of, people who review this are those that understand the ecosystem of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, but also student leadership. Joining us also on the panel is I don't know the pronunciation of the word, but emeritus, I would say, president of Mbarara University Engineering Students, West, back at the Chihumuro campus, quite vibrant that I could remember. And she's here also to give us insights into the 2025 Guild race and what actually it means, for instance, for the associations. Yeah. So please, Belinda, you could be able to go on, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. Yes.
Thank you so much, host. Thank you for the opportunity to come and share. It's such an honor. And yes, as introduced me, my name Ariho Belinda Denise. I'm a final year student offering electrical engineering, and I have served in the Mbarara University Engineering Society for 3 years. First as a vice president, then as a president, and currently I'm serving as a legal advisor, as it is mandated by the Constitution that the previous cabinet becomes the legal advisor to the next cabinet. From my 4 years literally that I've been here, the elections have been evolving, the terrain has been evolving from what I can remember from my year one and what you're looking at right now. And I'm happy to be here to share my insight and to learn from my colleagues that I have here, those of whom are above me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Happy to have you. And what would this be like if we do not have the GRC that is assured of the next I was about to say cabinet, but well, usually, because I remember equally back then I was unopposed in BIT, and when it gets to here, it was kind of an assured minister of information and yes, and something like that. So maybe one would comfortably say assured of the next cabinet, but no, that has a number of questions. Yes, but at least he will be in the next GRC house, and he is representing the students of IT. We are so happy to have you, Frank. You'll be able to say hi to the viewer. And yes,
thank you so much, the creative media. I'm so much delighted to be here today, this morning, to share my insights about the Must Guild Presidential Race 2025. It is such an honor, surely. I'm so much delighted. My name is Nomwesugwa Frank, second year student of BIT, that is Bachelor's of Information Technology. I happen to be the outgoing and at the same time the incoming GRC It is really an honor for the 2 times being unopposed. Yeah. Nachema, that if it was Nachema, I would be having opponents then and then. But I've been given mandates without even being opposed. Such an honor to be here with you today. Thank you so much.
Have an opportunity of you sharing really sorry about what you did unique back there. But let's dive into the discussion this morning. We have a number of few areas we could be able to start with. We are headed for another guild team that is coming through to stay around the students of Mbarara University of Science and Technology at a time where we actually headed for elections, I would say, at the national level. That usually becomes different because we believe that there could be some influences in these such elections. For instance, we believe, say, the NUP could be able to have some big interest within this, but also the NRM has big interest in this direction, and of course it brings a number of questions and a number of worries that we have to kind of prepare for. But we all are student leaders in at least in a number of ways. Some of us were there, some of us are actively into it. But what would actually define effective student leadership away from parties, away from what are we looking at as effective leadership, so that could be able to guide through my voter at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And we could be able to begin with you, Comrade Frank, if you do not mind, just within a minute, if you could summarize for us what makes actually an effective leader. Especially, students.
Thank you so much once again, our host. To dive direct into your question, what makes a good and effective leadership in as far as student leadership is concerned? At first you talked about the influence of foreign parties. I will call them foreign according to the MUST community. To me, it would really not mean it, because as MUST students, we are the main stakeholders of this, and we are the ones that shall be affected in one way or the other. So in this, we would need to be influenced by our core students who know the problems and challenges we are facing. I don't know whether a NUP or NRM candidate or from the secretariat knows what the problems of Miro 3 or TASO people are facing. And in this, what would make a good guild government or leadership would be 3 or 4 qualities that I can share with us today. One, briefly. One would be leadership and representation. We are sending representative to the bigger organs of the university, that is the Senate, the University Council, and the top management. And in this, we would need really a vocal person that can represent student views without fear or without siding with the administration. For a long time, we've been affected with this thing that mostly the candidates who've been voting are influenced by the administration and end up making policies in favor of the administration. And so in this case, we would need a student representative that will talk and genuinely represent what students would wish to be represented. Not really, because a leader, at this case, a leader would be a person who can know when to balance student interests with the administration. Yeah. And 2, that would be organization skills and management, delegating tasks. Some guild candidates before, or guild presidents before, you find that they are the sole proprietor and everything is centered around them. But if we could give opportunities to some other people, we have the cabinet, we delegate duties and tasks. But a guild president who centers everything on him or her ends up making decisions on his own without consulting the MUST community, that is actually the one that will be affected the most. And two would be passion and dedication. A leader who is passionate, a leader that has ambitions, because at most we would expect that the guild president aspirant is not eyeing the guild presidential seat. At least he or she is trying to build a good foundation for future leadership. And so we would like to have a passionate and really a dedicated guild president. Lastly, integrity. An integral person, a honest person, a genuine person that really is not here with us, baby talking, sweeting us, and at the end of it all shall disappear from our faces after being given a position. Yeah, I would like to submit from here.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from Belinda. Now, Belinda, you could be able to make it more deeper because we could easily say this is what we want from a leader, but reality has it different. If you ask qualities of a good leader, he could give you very good ones. But let's come back to Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Let's go to actuals. You were a leader within the association. You reached out to a number of organizations. You lobbied. You had some tangible results that one could be able to point at and something like that. Effective leadership that we are looking out from any of the two candidates that we're about to have one of them sitting in that seat. What would you call for? What should the MUST student actually consider? Yes.
Thank you for that. To me, effective leadership, we have the generic, qualities of a leader, but it is deeper than that, really, to me, because yes, you can be, all those things, active listening, sacrifice and all that stuff, but it comes down to some very core fundamentals. And to me, I feel like an effective leader or effective leadership should be able to adapt. Adaptability is a very, very key, because the way you start, you do not know what the course of your tenure is going to look like, what obstacles are you going to face, and how will you be able to overcome all those challenges. So being very adaptable and versatile will help you to be able to succeed in all your endeavors. For example, during my time, of course, as a student, society, we organize all the functions, we lobby for the funds. Of course, the university comes in to help once in a while, but we do all the lobbying, we do all the organization. It's basically student-based. And I can tell you, there are very many times that I had to change my leadership style. Like, you can't go in office with one leadership style. There are very many leadership styles, so you need to tap into all those leadership styles, be versatile, adapt according to your environment, because you might be an environment that doesn't need, force. So if you're this person who always takes charge, always does that, you need to change your leadership style and maybe if you're in a situation where you feel like, as a person, I might not be the good person, the good person for the job, but she, for example, a minister of, gender and ICT could be suited for this. So you need to adapt according to the situations, adapt your leadership style according to the situation. Yes.
Quick at arriving at solutions. I still going? Okay.
For someone to be like the MUST Guild leadership is actually effective. They need to look at your impact. So the positive impact that you're going to leave once your tenure is done is going to speak volumes to what you've been able to achieve as a leader. So they should look at impact. What are they, at the end of the day, are they leaving behind sustainable projects that probably the next guild to come for years will continue to, uphold the standards they've set. So I think the positive impact also that they leave behind once they've gone is going to speak volumes on how they effectively led the students. Thank you so much.
Very, very loud and clear. And you guys watching us live, I can be able to authoritatively confirm that one of the candidates is already here. We should be able to switch in a few to make sure that you follow through how the process is actually ongoing. Let's hear from you. Effective leadership from the guild president that we're about to vote in. Yes.
To be effective leadership, to me, first it should be communication skills. An effective leader should be able to communicate to students, to the administration. If a leader really is really scared of speaking to students, then really that wouldn't be an effective leader. Then it means maybe our rights won't be advocated for, our problems won't be solved, and many others. So to me, as a voter, I would encourage more students or voters to make sure they vote for a leader who will express themselves, a leader who will communicate on our behalf, because that leader is speaking on behalf of the students. So to me, all it takes is communication, because communication is key. Yeah.
Himself, you've been there, you've been quite vocal on a particular platform, in case you're not there, called the Must We Want, critiquing almost every other action that different guild presidents could be bringing on. What is in for that? What should we look at? When do you feel satisfied and you say, guy yachikubie, this was really a guild president?
Okay, thank you very much, Creative Campus, for this wonderful venture. Now, in line with effective leadership, I would say that beyond the generics, we have something that is actually actual. What happens when someone steps into office? I think a leader, a student's leader, in this case scenario, a good president, should be innovative, because there is a lot of hurdles, I should say, that they encounter when they enter that office. It's not a bed of roses. So they should be able to go around the obstacles and then forge a solution to the challenges beyond what people expect of them. So I should, and that's what is going to drive impact over the whole tenure of leadership. So to me, it is collaboration and partnerships, and then innovation. Thank you.
You are about to go without mentioning the word innovation. I was like, okay, what's wrong with the gentleman here? But yes, quite vocal there. Now, Doctor, you were in the seat. One of the best actually we've had. And this is, I say it authoritatively, if you could be able to dig deep and see through policy-wise. I think we had the best bazaar revamped at the time. Freshers Ball was revamped to I can't know. So you almost, I think, ticked all boxes, and you could have seen previous guild presidents perform. But in your perspective, what actually would make a Turije? What would make effective guild president in terms of delivery and also within the context of Mbarara University of Science and Technology?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sankara. I think first of all I want to totally agree with especially the first three people.
Yes.
Mainly because they are students.
Yes.
And they best know the challenges that they actually face and the kind of leader that they need. And like they always say, you cannot teach a gorilla the path of a forest. They have walked the path and they know where to pass and where not to. They know the problems that are there. So for me, that's a good starting point for a leader to work with the students. And student leaders are the starting point because they represent the broader majority of the students. Someone that listens. And quite many times student leaders get into positions and they distance themselves from the ground, from what challenges are facing the students, and they get their own agendas. So for me, I think someone that listens to his people, someone that is there on ground, but also someone that is actually very intentional.
Yes.
Very many times we have our manifestos that people are going to come up with. Some of them are actually not realistic, and that is the difference. So when you become very pragmatic with the things that you're going to do that are actually going to work, it is very important. Sometimes these student leaders who represent them at the different bodies, they are going to get a chance to represent student leaders at the different levels of the university. someone goes there unprepared, totally unprepared. They do not talk to the students, they do not talk to the leaders, and therefore the things they are representing are more or less personal. So a leader that also goes back to consult with the students is much better. But also lastly,
Yes.
I also don't want the leaders to stretch themselves on things that may not be possible. I saw one of them, mentioning the Ridge with administration.
Yes.
I think let's work in the best mechanisms that are arranged within the university.
Yes.
And we hope that they will do much better. Thank you. I think.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor, for that. You who is watching us live, I could see so many comments coming through, and just like you could be able to feel the background, we have the first candidate to be able to come through here at the venue, and by the look of colors, I don't want to be able to mention one, but let's wait. Now be able to switch to make sure that you follow through how it is really going here at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and of course the pomp is actually up there, which is what you would be able to expect from an institution like Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Allow me to switch to what is happening at the ground, and just comments rolling back in up. Thank you very much. Is actually arriving at the and like you're able to see, even when it's raining, both candidates at the same time. Gatika becoming the first one to come through, but also Comrade Ali Alake is actually on board, and we should be able to give you every other bit of the update, and this is what you should be able to follow through. Yes, so we continue to get to each and every other process as it happens in Pola Pola. You who is watching us live, you can go this side. Huh? Okay. Yes, you who is watching us live, continue, dropping those comments all through, and like I tell you, it's actually what we do. Creative digital media, get every other stuff, on point.
For the people making noises, first listen. Next, first listen for the communication. Good afternoon, MUST community. Good afternoon. I'm humbled to welcome you all on this day. Here we are nominating our youth president candidates, and I'm happy to see that people have turned up and have come to witness how their candidates are going to be nominated. So yesterday we made a program of what we are going to follow today, where each candidate was assigned time to be nominated, and the first candidate to be nominated was to be Ariho Lake Rabturumba from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The second candidate to be nominated was Sebiatika Henry, which was supposed to take place from 11 to midday. Yeah, but unfortunately, both aspirants have defaulted on time because no one showed up in their assigned time. So now you're going to give us the chance to decide on the protocol that we shall follow today. So we are going to follow this order. We are going to first receive Ariholake Rabtulumba, and then we shall have Sebiatika Henry come next. So without wasting time, we shall have Ariholake Rabtulumba come with the proposer and the seconder only on this table. So allow us to follow with the next procedures on this table. Can we have order? Can we have order? Can we have order? Comrades, can we have order? Can we keep quiet? Please, we want you to give us your ears as we do this process. Thank you. I want to welcome each one of us, the two camps that are here. They come from for Ariholake Rabtulumba, and they come for Henry Sebiatika. Thank you so much for keeping time. Yes. We are in the process of nominating the Guild presidential aspirants, where we had two people pick the nomination forms from the Guild office, and that was on the 28th of March, Friday 2025, where the two candidates turned up out of the 700 students from MUST. Only two picked the nomination forms. They were given this form, and I believe each one of the candidates has this form with them, where it has places to be having the personal information that is personal, the nominee, who is the candidate. The candidate was supposed to fill that form. Then second is the proposer. Then we also had a space for the seconder, and they were required to produce each of the following items, and they attach the copies and the photocopies of the valid student IDs. So now we are on Honorable Ariholake Rabtulumba, where he will be required to present to us 3 colored passport photos . Honorable Lucky and your people. Where is the second person? Please, can you stay there? Who allowed you to get out? You were already in the process of nomination. We had allowed you in. Who allowed you to get out? Where is it? Where is the document? Okay, come in. So, do we have the 3 passport photos? Okay. Photocopies of the valid university identity card for the nominee, proposer, and the seconder, plus the faculty seconders. Can we have the valid identity cards? Photocopies.
valid identity card photocopies first for the proposer, seconder, and the nominee.
Yes, thank you very much. You who is watching us live on Creative Digital Media. The process.
Can we have the identity cards for the proposer, seconder, and the nominee? Photocopies of the valid university identity cards of the proposer, seconder, and the nominee. Please, you're taking much of our time. Can I see the valid photocopies of the presidential aspirants and each one of you people who are here, the three of you? I want to see your valid photocopy, the valid ID photocopies. Where are they? They are there. Can I have the photocopies of the IDs for the seconders from the Faculty of Medicine and from the Faculty of Medicine? Please make sure you have Faculty of Medicine first. You have Faculty of Applied Sciences and Technology. You have Faculty of Business. You have Faculty of Science. You also have Faculty of Computing and Informatics. Then lastly, Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies. I want to see the valid identity card photocopies of the seconders. 10 of them. Faculty of Medicine. Can we have Faculty of Applied Sciences and Technology first? Faculty of Business. Oh, Faculty of Applied Science and Technology. Is it done? First done. Can we have the Faculty of Business and Management Studies? business done. Faculty of Science. Faculty of Science. Faculty of Science should be followed by Faculty of Computing and Informatics. We are taking Faculty of Computing and Informatics. Do we have it already?
Okay, again, so you who's watching us live, thank you very much for following. We are still coming to you live from Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We are so glad that you're actually following. Comrade Milkman, we can be able to see you. De l'Afrique, De Gracious, that's a big innovator there, and he's actually following live. And yeah, he says it's time of that year, must decide. Yeah, must decide, and thanking Creative for bringing this closer. Milkman there with your candidate. Okay, so well, Milkman, your request could be done on your voting day. If your candidate wins, definitely you'll be able to play that Tumu Sabe Frederick. You say we have traitors on the team. Why put those who have sidelined with candidates? I think you could
yes. Can I have
the panel is actually
copies,
balanced,
the photocopies of
balance
seconders from the
the
Faculty
panel,
of Science,
Frederick. Yeah.
Faculty of Computing and Informatics.
Owembabazi, yes, you're there.
You just have 1 minute to
Candidates.
sort that, or we are sending you
We
back.
could be able to flow through. Otherwise, the nomination process is actually ongoing.
Faculty of Computing and Informatics.
Right there, Comrade Lucky getting to be asked a number of documentation to support the candidature, and one of them is to ensure that you have, the
Can we be having the Faculty of Interdisciplinary?
those backing you, to be sure that you're backed with by students rather, and the process is ongoing. We expect it to be able to move for the next, say, 30 minutes. Both candidates are at the venue already. Candidate Henry is well in, the same as candidate Lucky, who is being nominated so far. We earlier told you that this is actually different this year because you only have 2 candidates that will be coming through for this race 2025. But we can only be sure about that at the end of the day. We get to know who is nominated. You could have a candidate that actually is not a student of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and the same way we end up with one candidate by the end of the day. That could be able to happen also, but no, we are hopeful they both get to be nominated this afternoon. Nimsima Jovia, Tom Owembabazi, Yes, De La Frique, you say those panelists have no say on today's nomination. They're basically there to give insights on the Mass Guild elections, and that was right. The panel we had earlier, and indeed that we are continuing, really not in favor, not to say you're favoring a candidate or something. You won't be able to ask who is better, for instance. We are just talking about elections, and we try to balance that panel. Jovia, thank you. You say happy to see my colleagues here. You're thanking Frank for representing. Amanya Edith, thank you very much for joining the live chat. Happy to see my colleagues is what you say. Nimsima Jovia coming back with her candidate there. And De La Frique
is the faculty of interdisciplinary done?
Why the chair is actually so serious.
So do we have the faculty of computing and informatics already with us?
To show the powers, I'm telling you, it's quite big there. Now, in case you just joined, we are still on the nominations of the Guild presidential candidate at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Those who are actually contesting this very year, 2025, and a number of them, you would actually think there are more two, but there are just two of them.
We started with the faculty of medicine and surgery.
Is actually we
and
Comrade Lake.
The Guild President aspirant has submitted 10 valid photocopies of the valid student ID photocopies of the students from the Faculty of Medicine. We have verified and they are all here with us. Then we went to the Faculty of Science, and it is also cleared that the 10 IDs photocopies that were requested from the presidential aspirant, who is Aruholake Rwabutulumba, they are also submitted with us. They are here. Next was the Faculty of Business and Management Studies, where they were also able to submit the 10 valid university ID photocopies, and they are here with us, the photocopies. And all these students are valid students of the university, of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We are still the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, and also the Faculty of Computer and Informatics. However, I will request that we are still verifying the list for interdisciplinary and the list of computing and informatics. And the list of computing and informatics.
And today is...
Yes. Let me...
Okay, and the nomination process is actually ongoing, and you who could be able to join us, we are still continuing.
Well, candidate Aruholake Rwabutulumba still has 35 minutes here with us. Yes, so it's his time.
Okay. Yes, Nimsima Jovia, you continue to say.
I was reading us
about the rudeness of
law number 6.
A bit of that.
Law number 6, which each candidate will be expected to present 2 agents per polling station who should appear tagged on the voting day with an appointment letter from the candidate. None of us who will not be an agent will be requested to be at the polling station. Then number 7 is convoys and public address systems will not be allowed in the university. Convoys and public address systems will not be allowed in the university. If we can understand this, we are inside the university.
Yes, thank you very much once again. You who is actually following us live, we are still coming to you from, live from Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Yeah, the chat is actually quite on fire there, and we could be able to say keep them coming. Also to remind you that the debate will be on this Saturday. You do not have to miss this Saturday.
Please, you verify them. Make sure they are
the
the photocopies that we are looking for those candidates,
to actually
for those students. Well, I was still reading us the requirements. We had reached on the photocopies of the seconders from the faculties. Then next will be the nomination should be done in person, and you should come along with the proposer, the seconder, and with their university IDs, and that one is already verified and confirmed. These are the people. This is okay, it's fine. Then nomination will be done on Wednesday, 2nd April, which is today, 2025. Yeah, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Pharmacology Lecture Theatre. So those of you who came late, we were still in the day, indicating that we said nomination was starting from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yes, however, we had given you the time frame where you had to come in here. Then we also have a note. I'm trying to take her through everything that was on this nomination form that these people took. There was a note. Each of the actions below shall attract a fine of 30,000 shillings only payable before nomination. Each of the following shall attract a fine of 30,000 shillings only payable before nomination. Pinning of posters before nomination. I'm still working on Honorable Lake and your proposal and seconder. We are on note number 1. Pinning of posters before nomination. Did you by any chance pin any poster before nomination? Pinning of posters anywhere other than designated university public notice boards, e.g. walls. Okay. Campaigning on media before nomination. True. Posters depicting your intentions before nomination. Posters depicting your intentions before nomination. True. Late coming for nomination. Failure to comply with rules and regulations of the electoral process. Comrades, yesterday I sent a letter to Honorable Lucky Rwabutulumba. I told you we don't have rallies. You came here shouting for us. You came here shouting. Comrades, I want to tell you that you are going to pay for that fine. Yes, I know. So, there is no way how you're going to take... Honorable Lucky Rwabutulumba, out of the 6, has been charged with 4 that are here. Campaigning on media, posters depicting your intentions before nomination, late coming and failure to comply with the rules of the electoral process. Comrades, I want the public to witness what is taking place here. Honorable Lucky's camp was saying they were not breaking the law of complying with the electoral laws. Right now, in the middle of the nomination, they are still bringing violence here. So if we say that we are adding on their fines, they will still shout. Oh, actually, you need to know that the decision of the EC is final. Even disqualification can be done. Yes.
So we have a certificate. Oh, first give me the academic enrichment that we had yesterday.
Mastelians, please. The Constitution, the 2023 amended Constitution of MUST, it tells us that for anyone to be nominated as the Guild presidential aspirant, you don't need to be having any retake, any pending retake. And here is Honorable Aluho Lakerwa Tulumba presenting the testimonial results for his course, right off from year 1 up to where he is right now. And it is signed by the office of the academic registrar. And it says these results are okay, and it is signed by Madam Choshaba. So Honorable Raquel Gwabutulumba is free to contest as the Guild president. Honorable Like Gwabutulumba has the student number 2100-600-332, His reg number 2021 MBR 004. He's a government student. Then he's doing a bachelor's of medicine and surgery. His ID expires on December 2026. We're in 2025. The seconder, who is Mugabe Fortunate, student number 2100601152, reg number 2021 PIM stroke 051 stroke PS, is a private sponsored student doing a bachelor's of science in petroleum engineering and environmental management. His student ID expires February 2025. Yes. His ID expires February 2025. However, I came in the same cohort with Mr. Mugabe Fortunate, and we are doing a 4-year course from the same faculty. My ID expires 2026, so his ID must be expiring in 2026. So, Fortunate here is rightly and accepted to be endorsing His Honorable Lucky Wabutulumba. Then the proposer is Opendi Ben, student number 2100602860, from the Bachelor's of Medicine and Surgery, Bachelor's of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, reg number 2021 stroke MBR stroke 112 stroke PS. He's a private sponsored student, and his ID expires December 2026. So all of the 2 people who are here to endorse or to propose and second the candidate, they are all eligible to do that. Right here with us, we also have documents that the candidate with the witnesses have to sign, where we had the first one was presidential nomination form, where the president signed. It has the name, registration number, faculty, contact, signature, and the party affiliation. Honorable Lucky Wabutulumba, as you can see on the head, he has a billet of the National Unity Platform, and he already signed it. Then the next will be the presidential nomination certificate that will allow him to go fully campaign and look for votes as the presidential aspirant of Mbarara University of Science and Technology in the 37th Guild House. We, the under-designed commissioners of the Electoral Commission of Mbarara University Students Guild, hereby certify that we have followed the process required by the Mass Students Guild under Article 9, Section 9, under Article 9, Section 6. The Commission therefore certifies that the person is fully nominated of the office of the Guild President thought. So, Honorable Lucky and the 2 people who are here, they are going to fill this form and they will go out with it.
Yes, those watching, thank you very much for continuing to follow us live. Adriana, I could be able to see you. Semyaba Gerald, thank you very much for following. We have Gava also coming through. Ruth Kemigisha, you say we are citing everything and we are so glad that you're following live. We have Turiamuhika Darius, you say that's a very political one. Yes, we wish your candidates all the success. Nimsima Jovia, I already talked about you and you say you are enjoying what is actually happening here. We have someone going for brand name Delightful Blue Lake, and you say you can't wait to see your candidate being nominated. Yes, Sabbath Belson, you say great service, Creative Media. Thank you very much, Comrade Sabbath, for following live. We are so glad that you're actually on. Yes, Darius, you say you're not seeing anyone from opponent camp to verify the documents. I think that wall is left for Chairperson EC and the committee to be sure that we do not have any conflict of interest. Yeah, the Africa say opponent camp to do what? The EC is supposed to be an independent EC and it does verification. You're right there. Nimsima Jovia, how sure are we that whatever is presented is valid? Trust me, the committee is, I think, up in charge and anyone could be able to challenge that later. We so believe anyway. Mugisha Kennedy, you say minister promise. Okay, I think that is meant to be that he's assured of someone, you know, a good president winning and they select them. I do not know what that means. Yes, so let's go and see. Comrade, yes, Deo Gracious, you continue to say we are fine to have, you know, happy supporters. And yes, Jovia, I say you have some information about which candidates and what is that you want to bring on. Please, you could be able to bring it on. Adriana Nae Isono Ye Itachi. Adriana coming there with you know, someone asking what actually the powers, where the EC is actually getting all these powers, and I'm telling you, yeah, these officers are powerful, my sister. Yeah. So let's
Here is the nomination form.
And oh yes, we switch back.
The nomination form filled by Honorable Aliho Lake Wabutulumba. And here is the nomination certificate that allows him to go and campaign. Gallant Masterians, I want to bring to your notice that Honorable Aliho Lake Wabutulumba has been fully nominated by the 2025 Must Guild Electoral Committee. He is free to go out in the 6,000 students of Mbarara University of Science and Technology and look for the votes.
And yes, just like that. Yes, just like that, we have, okay, yes, we have Honorable Lake Ariho Wabutulumba getting to be nominated. This is what it is called, this is what it looks like, and I'm telling you, you have all that it will be able to take for what we call the nomination day at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So far, we have one candidate that is actually fully nominated. We are sure that the Honorable Ariho Lake Wabutulumba has been duly nominated, and we can authoritatively actually now confirm that as it happens here at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. This is what we call, you know, being free. I would call that, because if you actually have any questions, you do not have an opportunity to be, you know, nominated in that case. Yeah. Yes, I can be able to tell you that this is what you actually get with Creative Digital Media. Following, coming to you live from Bara University of Science and Technology. Fully nominated is Honorable Ariho Lake Rwabuturumba there, and I'm telling you, it is a very joyful moment over there. Very joyful moment over there. You who is watching us live, we should be able to now switch to the nomination of candidate Sebiatika Henry, who could be able to come next. And I'm telling you, this happening at Mbara University of Science and Technology. This is when you know that actually we are in the guild elections period, because then it gets, and just like that is when you actually know we are into the elections season. So we can authoritatively now confirm that one of the two candidates, Comrade Honorable Aliho Lake Rwabuturumba, is actually fully or duly nominated, and he will be appearing on the ballot paper of this year's guild presidential elections. And now we switch back to the electoral commission, to be able to be sure that Comrade Sebiatika Henry gets to be nominated. We'll be right back.
From the designated place, and he's supposed to present.
So the nomination form, as we had already gone through the process, is supposed to have the nominee's personal information, the proposer, and the seconder. So we'd like to first receive that information for the nominee, the proposer, and the seconder. So they are required to attach a copy of a valid student ID, identity card for the nominee, proposer, and the seconder. So here I'm having Mr. Sebiatika Henry must ID, and it indicates his ID number, it indicates his name as Sebiatika Henry, registration number 2023 BS 074, and doing a Bachelor's of Science with Education Physical. The ID is valid from September 2023 to December 2026. So Mr. Henry is eligible to participate in this election.
Who's the proposer? Who's the proposer? The name?
So here is Mr. Sebiatika Henry's proposer. Here is the ID. The name is Chobtunj Ronita. done in person, and you should come along with the proposer and the seconder with their original must IDs. The nominee and the proposer and the seconder are all here with their valid student IDs. So the nomination is supposed to be today, 2nd April 2025, from 9 up to 5 p.m. on the venue of where we are right now. So Mr. Sebiatika Henry is required to present seconders from all the faculties of MUST. That is the Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Applied Science and Technology, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Computing and Informatics. 10 from each faculty. So we shall start with Faculty of Medicine. Next, we are going to Faculty of Applied Science and Technology. Next, we shall have Faculty of Business. And then it will be followed with Faculty of Science. Here with me is the list of seconders for Sebiatika Henry from the Faculty of Medicine, and also with me there are valid photocopies of their student IDs. So Mr. Sebiatika Henry has gotten all the 10 seconders from the Faculty of Medicine. So next we shall go to Computing and Informatics. Here with me there is a list of 10 seconders of Sebiatika Henry from the Faculty of Applied Science and Technology, with their photocopies of valid student IDs. So next we are receiving seconders from Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies. And again, here with me are the 10 seconders of Sebiatka Henry from the Faculty of Business and Management Studies with their photocopies of valid student IDs. So the commissioner coming in is coming with the nomination certificate of the candidate Ariho Lakero Abdurumba, and we are confirming whether it had the stamp, and indeed it has the stamp. And again, from the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, here are the 10 seconders of Sebiatka Henry with their valid photocopies of student IDs. And here with me, there are 10 photocopies of valid student IDs of the seconders of Sebiatka Henry from the Faculty of Computing and Informatics.
Okay, thank you very much. You who is still watching us live now, the nomination process is actually ongoing, and candidate Henry Sebiatka is actually the one now being vetted to see whether he actually qualifies to contest for this very seat. And as this happens, you get to know that you need to be informed that candidate Ariho Lakero Abdurumba was actually duly nominated, and he is now sure that he will be at the ballot paper for this very 2025 Guild Presidential.
And lastly, here I received the seconders of Mr. Sebiatka Henry from the Faculty of Science, 10 of them with their valid student IDs. I commend the orderliness of Mr. Sebiatka Henry, as everything was in order, and you see it has fastened the process. So next I'm going to re-echo on the election rules and regulations that have been read by the chairperson EC, but I would like to, again, in case there was someone not around, we have to inform them about, but I'll just, I will summarize. The first one was the instigation of violence by candidate or his or her supporters is indiscipline and is punishable by disqualification or any other way the Electoral Commission deems fit. Candidates should fit their campaign activities between the time of nomination in section 2B part 3. So we shall continue. So it's time for the candidate to clear the non-refundable nomination fee of 600,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings. And then the fines that are going to be read in case the candidate defaulted in any of these. So each of the actions below shall attract So each action below shall attract a fine of 30,000 shillings only payable before nomination. Pinning of posters before nomination. Pinning posters anywhere other than designated university public notice boards. So let's go one by one. Pinning of posters before nomination.
Yes, thank you very much. Who is watching us live, Creative Dicto Media. I have to remind you that we are still coming to you live from Mbarara University of Science and Technology. And to remind you that actually on Saturday we will have the Guild Presidential Debate coming your way. Saturday evening, please load your data, and we will be having the two candidates, tussling it out to make sure that we identify who is intellectually fit, who are to take on the office. I'm talking about the Guild office here at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So Saturday 6 p.m. you should be able to get ready for the hottest that we could be able to have around, to understand who is actually fit for the seat. Adriana, you still there? Milkman, you're still there? Msima Jovia, you're still following us live. Comrade Mbusa Gerald, you're still there. The Gracious, you're still available. Amanya Edith, you're still following live. Okring Stephen, you say
so for the first penalty pinning of posters before nomination,
may the best
here with us is an evidence of a poster of Mr. Sebiatika Henry. The evidence is here. It is here. The rules reads pinning of posters before nomination. It was in the pitch to Humro.
I will just stand because.
Then the next one is pinning posters anywhere other than designated university public notice boards. I don't think this was on a notice board, so that's also broken the second one. Campaigning on media before nominations, e.g. songs, adverts, and all. So the candidate has also broken that one. Posters depicting your intention before nomination. And then the fifth, we have late coming for nomination, which applies on nomination day. And then failure to comply with the rules and regulations of the electoral process. So out of the 6, the candidate has defaulted on 5. Pinning of posters before nomination. Pinning posters anywhere other than designated university public notice boards. Campaigning on media before nomination. Posters depicting your intentions before nomination. And late coming for nomination. Those are 5. So the one that they have not yet defaulted yet is failure to comply with the rules and regulations of the electoral process, which can even be broken in case the entourage makes noise around this place before we finish the nomination.
And yes, you who is watching us live, I have to inform you that we are almost actually close to having the second candidate also being, nominated. We are talking about Comrade Sebiatika Henry getting to be vetted there, and we just had the EC, coming out to pronounce some of the pending, fines according to the regulations, that attracts each of those that he read attracts around 30,000 shillings. And yes, quite there, but we believe that hopefully we could be able to have him getting to be nominated fully. Now, in case you're joining us live, you just joined, we are now at the beginning of the very heated process of the Guild presidential candidates, tussling it out and who becomes the next Guild president of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I'm telling you this because right in this week, you could be able to have, a heated kind of environment with a debate coming up. I can also remind you that we have another debate, a debate this Saturday, 6 p.m. We'll be able to bring to you a heated debate between the two candidates to, be able to pull out, the intellectual side of each one of them, so you can be able to make some choices there. Nimsima Jovia, thank you. I think you commenting the most.
So here with me is a testimony for Mr. Sebiatika Henry that comes from the office of the AR of Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So it clears that Mr. Henry does not have any pending retake that would stop him from participating in this election. It is signed by the AR. So this qualifies Mr. Henry to stand in this election. So here with me is the fully filled nomination form with all the required documents that qualify Mr. Henry to stand in this election. So here is a presidential nomination form where they are supposed to register the candidates that have passed the nomination. And here we have Sebiatika Henry, registration number 2022 BS 74, Faculty of Science. The contact, the signature, and the affiliation is NLM. So here is the Guild Presidential Nomination Certificate with the undersigned commissioners of the Electoral Commission of Mbarara University Students Guild hereby certify that we have followed the process required by the Master Student Guild under Article 9, Section 6. The Commission therefore certifies that the person is fully nominated of the office of the Guild President. So it is going to be signed by him and then the proposer and the seconder.
Yes, just like that, we have our second candidate getting nominated, and Dali nominated. Would be able to say, Comrade Henry Sebiatika can now fully participate within this very activity. we will be able to see him on the ballot paper. Yes, we'll be able to see.
Of office. Of office.
Yes, thank you very much. Who is watching us live? I'm telling you that we are now sure that the two candidates will actually, both of them, appear on the ballot paper. I'm telling you, this is going to be a very, very highly heated. This will be a very, very highly heated, kind of contestation. And I'm telling you, you don't need to miss any of the processes that we shall have coming through. Please, this will be your opportunity to kind of have an interaction, but also follow through and make a guided decision, especially if you are a math student, because I'm telling you, this should be what should be able to, you have a decision, you make a decision, a very, very informed one. And with me here is the just, nominated candidate, Comrade Henry Sebiatika. What could you be able to tell our math students, watching you live, getting to be sure that you appear on the ballot paper? Yes.
Okay, the students of math should know, in this race we are two guild president aspirants, but I'm only one candidate, and I'm here to win. Thank you so much.
Okay, two candidates, and he is one winner there. And I'm telling you, so what could be topping your agenda, please, in one word or two?
Yeah, just like I told you from the previous regimes, we've been lacking one thing, and that is inclusivity of students when it comes to decision making. But this time around, we are saying, as the students of Mbarara University, we are the stakeholders of this institution, so we should easily be consulted if a policy is to be passed. And my mission goes, inclusivity. My mission is to including inclusivity and decision. When it comes to decision making and vibrant community at mass, we are putting that at the forefront, and students' welfare comes first before anyone else.
Hey, thank you very much for allowing to talk to us. We will have more ideas coming through at the debate. Thank you, and otherwise, congratulations. Yes, thank you very much. Who is watching us live? We are still coming to you live from Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and this has been the nominations day for the Guild presidential candidates. And just like that, we missed out on candidates Riho Olake, but we are lucky to get to talk to Henry, and Henry just there. You could be able to see on the screen, quite jolly, very, very good scenes that are coming through. And I'm telling you, this is what you actually have to get. This is what it means if you are actually contesting for Mbarara University of Science and Technology Guild presidential elections. Just like that, you could be able to see the vibe. We expect a very heated up environment. There are only two candidates, NRM versus NUP, and this should be able to come through in handy. You should be able to see the most entertaining Guild presidential elections to come through all this very time. I can be able to tell you, quite jolly, and they take over the pitch, and we expect, of course, they should be able now to move through in a number of hostels for a number of rallies, and I can tell you it's going to be very heated. You who is watching us today, I invite you for Saturday's debate. We will be able to come through this Saturday, 6 p.m. If you can be able to catch us live, please load your data and be ready. It's going to be a very heated one, like I told you. Otherwise, thank you very much for following live. Sabbath, Twistile Brighton, Aine Mukama, Silviano, Gajenda, Christy, Norwis, actually that was Jagenda, Nsima Jovia, Eric Nsubuga, all of us, Nsimenta, Cleophas, Biarugaba, Bruce Magezi, that's my brother there. a delightful Blue Lake. Yes, all of you that have been, kind of following live, I invite you to the best. I invite you to the best of this very process. Now, with me here is to be able to end with this very one here. Finally, to talk to the chairperson EC. Finally, what could be the program next? What do we see next? We have finally, opened the doors of, this kind of race. It has been diligently done, a little bit, I would say, peaceful, and I think in the most professional manner that we could be able to have. What could you be able to tell the viewer, the mass community, what is coming next, and what would be your general comment anyway? Yes.
My name is Promise Amutaile. I'm the chairperson Electoral Commission 2025, Mbarara University of Science and Technology Students Guild. Today we happen to have the Guild presidential candidates get nominated, where we had 2 candidates in the nomination in the nomination process, where we had Honorable Ali Holaki Wabutulumba, who was the first presidential aspirant to be nominated under the party National Unity Platform. It was a success. He got nominated, and now he's free to go in the mass fraternity, in the mass community, to seek for the mandate from the students, to seek for the support for him to be their next Guild president.
Okay.
The second was Honorable Sebiatika Henry under the party National Resistance Movement, that is NRM. And it was also a fair process, and he has been fully nominated to go in the mass community to seek for the support, to seek for the mandate to be the next presidential aspirant. I want to tell the mass community that the 2 presidential aspirants that we have just nominated are all eligible to stand and are all eligible to be our next Guild president. Any of the 2 will be chosen by the mass fraternity to lead us in the next 1 year as the next president of Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
Okay, and that is a word from the EC. We had a number of comments from people here. Some of them believed that you were so rude to the candidates. You exhibited excessive power and the likes. I don't know what you have to comment about that. Yes.
About the committee that was here being rude, I want to bring this to the attention of the viewers and especially the mass fraternity. When you are dealing with people, you need also to be having some extent. When you are in politics, especially at this moment, if you're not harsh on these people, they will try to forego and exceed the limit on where they are supposed to be dealing with you. So putting that face, it's not that I always have that face, but it was purposely for this period, and I believe it was for the good cause, and now we are free, we are okay to move. And any comments coming in, any challenges that will be coming in from the mass fraternity, the EC is here to handle them professionally.
Okay. Is that a promise? Because we are sure we will have some, interference, political interference, because of the season that we are in. Well, we expect NUP to come fully to the ground. We expect NRM to do the same. Are you promising to deliver a free and fair election, without being, favor any candidate, for instance, or being influenced in any way or something like that? We need that on record, so that in case of anything, we have you.
Personally, as the chairperson EC, I always tell myself that integrity in everything that I do, professionalism in everything that I do is always key. So I want to assure you that this process will be a free and fair one. The EC is not and will not be with any candidate, let it be a candidate of National Unity Platform or let it be the candidate of the National Resistance Movement. The EC is here and it is neutral to serve the mass fraternity, to ensure that we have the most able and capable Guild president that will be chosen by the mass students. And we are not in any way, we shall not in any way be corrupted by any candidate. It's a promise. Anything that will come in However, I want to commend the presidents, the aspirants,
Yes.
not to involve non-students in our elections. In case there is a non-student caught in the elections and is within the premises of the university,
Yes.
they will be dealt with according to the law, especially within the Mass Students Guild Constitution.
Okay, let's end it with just a quick one on the roadmap. They're quite important days that students need to be able to remember.
For the roadmap, on Friday, the 4th of April, we are having the election of the Guild Representative Councillors. It will be done in the both campuses, at the polling stations, starting from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the
rules that we will be able to come through for this election kind of season at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We promise, as Creative Digital Media and generally Creative Campus, we will be able to do an exclusive coverage at least until elections are done, but also swelling in all those coming through. Thank you very much for allowing to talk to us. That has been very important, and we believe that you will be able to deliver a very, very successful election this very season. Thank you very much. Now, you who is watching us live, thank you very much again. Nimsima Jovia, you've been could be okay. Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Jovia, for you have kept around. Tumukunde Ronald, you've been referring through. Chandiru, I think Ponsi, I would be able to pronounce it as that. Maleka Emmanuel, he joined us earlier for the panel, but now, of course, watching us live. Mercy Nkwanzi, thank you very much for being able to follow us live. Yes, Tumukunde Ronald, as I earlier talked to you about you. So this is actually only the beginning of this very process. We promise that this should be able to it from us at Creative Digital Media. Back to you, Bright, at the command center. Thank you very much.